Is it any better now? I think it should work at the moment. Huh? Please let me know. Okay. So, what we're doing today is... Yay! Thank you, Tank. Thank you. Great. Now we can finally begin. Nice, nice. Thank you so much for helping me to debug this. Really appreciate it. Whew. I didn't even know this was going on. Strange. Strange. Huh. I wonder what changed in Starly settings. Yes. Glimmer, Starly is indeed trolling me right now. Something about his settings probably changed for the worse. Starly's trying to sabotage the stream. How very rude of him. Okay. Without further ado. This is what we came for. So, this is a tutorial made by GD Quest. It's a YouTube channel, really cool YouTube channel with lots of Godot tutorials. I am coming here from Unity, and now, like, Unity is like my how do I say it? It's my main engine. Unity is my main engine. And now I would like to learn Godot. So this tutorial made by GD Quest, I think it's going to be like a good place to start. Let's get to it then. Let's get to it. I will do my best to explain everything. In case you're not familiar with game development concepts, maybe I can help. Right. Okay, welcome to Godot. In this story, you take your first steps in the Godot editor. You get an overview of the engine's 4 pillars: scenes, nodes, scripts, and signals. Basically, the Godot editor, as far as I know, it contains not just the scene editor where you can work on your actual game and what it looks like, but it also supposed to have an IDE inside the editor itself, where you can write the code inside this editor. So it's supposed to be like all together. Unlike in Unity, you're supposed to have your own IDE, which is usually Visual Studio or even Rider sometimes. So here, our program language is going to be GD script. As far as I know, it's supposed to resemble Python a little bit. And the IDE itself is supposed to be right over here. In the next store, you will get to assemble your first game from pre-made parts and put all this into practice. Okay, let's do it. Try the game. Okay, so I guess this is to start the game, or you start the scene. When a project is first opened in Godot, we land on the main scene. It is the entry point of a Godot game. Yeah, this is similar to Unity. When you go into a new project, then your starting point will be the main scene that you can view when you enter the game. Or enter the project, that is. Ting says, oh man, I am so used to my IDEs, that would be a big deal for me. I live by my extensions. Oh, no worries, no worries. I mean, so for Unity, you can definitely choose your own IDE. And if you will choose to write your code in C# in Godot, then you can stay with your own IDE. I don't think that's a problem. Also, most likely you can still use your own IDE if you prefer. But I guess there is like a reason why the script editor is inside the Godot editor. Maybe you can get something more convenient this way. I don't know yet. I'm sure. I mean, I see already like the game.gd files here. I guess those are the GD script files. So I'm sure you can create them elsewhere. I'm sure about that. I mean, we will see if I'm right. We will see if I'm right. Click the play icon in the top right of the editor to run the Godot project. Then press F8 on your keyboard or close the game window to stop the game. Okay. Press play on the project. Let's do it. Ooh. Ah, that's cute. What can I do aside from going from left to right? Let's see, what's this? Ooh. Oh, these are cute graphics. Interesting. Okay, I'm not sure what we're supposed to do here, but this is a very cute project already. Oh no. Oh no. Woo. That's a cute, fun project, I think. No, my life points. Can I use space or enter for anything here? Okay. So that's a cute little level I see here. Great. Let's get back to the tutorial. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to use. I see. I'm supposed to use the mouse to attack. Okay. Whew. Great. Okay. I lost all of my health points, I suppose. Okay, let's go to the next step. Editor tour. Great. Now let's take a quick tour of the editor. The viewport, which is this window we see here. The central part of the editor, outlined in the blue. In blue is the viewport. It's a view of the currently open scene. Okay. Still very similar to Unity so far. At the center of the whole screen, you can see, similar to Photoshop and other those types of programs where you can see all of your scene coming along together. A scene is a reusable template. Oh, hello, Glimmer. Hello, Glimmer. Now you can hear me, right? Okay, so this is important. A scene is a reusable template. This is getting a little bit different from Unity at this point. I've heard about the node concept, where everything is a node, and I guess a scene is also a node, maybe? Like, we're kind of assuming, let's say that the scene that we have here is a window, and then we can use it again in like a different level. So it's like A little bit Inception-y, I suppose. For the lack of a better term. Yeah, kind of Inception-y, I think. Glimmer asks what we gonna do today. Today we will learn Godot. Today we are going to learn Godot. Hopefully it's going to be cool. Okay. In Godot, a scene is a template that can represent anything. A character, a chest, an entire level, a menu, or even a complete game. We are currently looking at scene in a scene file called completed project tscn. This scene consists of a complete game. Okay, I see. So, yeah. Generally, even a character can be a node, and then we can put the character inside another node, and then we have like a whole tree of nodes. Let's look around. We're going to explore the interface next, so you get a good feel for it. Right, so these are these two. Glimmer says, bad that I'm not into this. Into learning how to create games? Let me show you what these tutorials help us to learn. Look. This is pretty cool. Check it out. I think this is awesome. Pew, pew, pew. Don't you wanna learn how to do this? Pew, pew. 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 Don't you wanna learn how to do this? It's pretty cool, don't you think? Pew, pew. Glimmer, what kind of hopper did you find? Okay, let's continue. So, yeah, this is going to be our scene hierarchy where we can have multiple scenes because they're all nodes, you know? Glimmer says sign language learning? Oh, how's that going? How's that going for you? Okay, the roller buttons are great, Tink. I'm happy to hear you're excited to learn. Okay, at the right top, we have this play button. Those buttons in the top right are the runner buttons. You can play and stop the game with them. Yeah, it will be helpful for debugging, I think. Context switcher. Ugh. What I usually hate. I hate context switching. I mean, it depends. Centered at the top of the editor, you find the Godot context switcher. You can change between the different editor views. Here we are currently on the 2D view. Later, we will switch to the script editor. Oh, so this is where we actually write code. That's what it is. Oh, hello, Senko. Thank you for joining. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Hope you are properly hydrated. I am doing great. Thank you for asking. So, today we learn how to create games with Godot. Oh, you're a bit annoyed. What happened? This is our scene dock. It was mentioned previously. At the top left, you have the scene dock. You can see all the building blocks of a scene here. In Godot, these building blocks are called nodes. Those that I mentioned earlier. All of these are supposed to be nodes. Senko says needed to clean my room and my dad just pushed away too much. Ugh. Oh no. That's not great. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you can get to it fast. And be done with it. And then just have fun. I hope you will be able to do it soon. A scene is made up of one or more nodes. There are nodes to draw images, play sounds, design animations, and more. Okay, so we see that there are two types of weapon picking. I guess it's these two. And then there's the health picking, which is probably the one on the right. Then there's the UI health bar. I think it's what's over here. And then the bridge is probably this one. Invisible walls. Probably the axis, so us as players won't be able to fall off into the nothing. And there are 2 rooms. I guess this is the first room, and then on the right is the second room. And I see. No, actually, the first room is this one, and we can see that it has multiple nodes as well. So it's like a node within a node within a node. I guess this is it. Glimmer says, I just realized that I don't know why I started learning sign language, but it inspires me. And it's only the first day, and I understand that I will never be able to communicate, but coolly express my feelings in all available ways. Glimmer, I think you don't really need a reason to learn a new language. It makes your brain work more efficient, more effectively. So I think learning any kind of language is pretty awesome. Good luck with that. Good luck with your new hobby. I think it's awesome. Okay, what do we have here? The file system dock. Okay. At the bottom left, you can see the file system dock. It lists all the files used in your project. All scenes, images, and scripts. Cool. So we just have the file hierarchy here. Glimmer says the reason is happiness. Yes. Yes. That's a great reason. That's a perfect reason. So we have lots of stuff around this place. Cool. Tiang says learning anything is good. The process of learning anything is good for you. Yes, totally. Yeah, you're making your brain smarter when you load more stuff into it. In fact, the more things you learn, the denser your brain is. And the more dense your brain is, the more you can put into it. This is like a very cool biological property that you can have More storage, the more you learn. Glimmer says, so our game will be a shooter? Shall we shoot for the stars? That's cute. Yes, always shooting for the stars is a good thing. That's a very cute saying, I have to say. We're making a shooter, so we shoot for the stars. I like it, that's very cute. So, yeah, please use this kind of biological property that you have, where you can make your brain have more capacity the more you put into it. It's amazing. At the bottom left, you can see the file system. Obviously, a game needs a lot of stuff. It needs images and scenes and scripts and sound. Lots of stuff. The inspector. On the right, we have the inspector dock. How do I show it to you? How do I show you the inspector in a convenient way? Okay, I don't have a way to show the inspector. You'll just have to believe me, it's there. There it is. That's the inspector. Okay. Maybe this is enough to show it. Wait. On the right, you have the inspector dock. In this dock, you can view and edit the properties of selected nodes. Great. Try the inspector. Try the inspector. Click on the different nodes in the scene dock. On the left, you see their properties in the inspector on the right. Ah, yeah, sure. So this is the UI. And the health bar over here. We can see it. And we can see its properties over here. Let's see what it has. Input. Okay, there are all sorts of properties that I don't really understand. Okay, it has a script at least. And it's called, the script for the health bar is UI healthbar.gd. It means that .gd is is indeed the script file. Okay, I was right before. Hello, Nonsense, welcome. Happy to have you around. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so this is not exactly in development just yet. I'm coming from Unity to Godot, so this is my me going through Godot basics, pretty much. Trying to understand how different it is from Unity. So far, the most confusing part is the fact that everything is a scene and everything is a node or something like that. So that's a little bit tricky to think about the architecture of stuff. But I'm sure this is something I can get used to. Okay, so we can anchor this to like a different position, I see. I'm sure there's also a way to do it through code. Visibility. But there are all sorts of properties to this thing. Nonsense says you are used to everything is being an object. Yes. Indeed. So, I guess it's kind of similar to how an object can contain multiple objects, but it's a bit more complicated than that because scenes are a little bit of a different entity in, like a scene in Unity and a scene in Godot. They're a bit of a different entity. Like, although Unity objects have multiple objects, can consist of multiple objects. Like, that makes sense. That's okay. But it's weird to think about a scene like an object. Although, to be fair, in the tree, you can have scenes over here. So it's not that different. But it'll be fine. We'll get there. It's okay. It's okay. We got this. Yeah. Let's see. I wanna try to share the screen of Godot to make it look nice, but it's just doesn't show anything, so I have to share the screen itself. I hope this is okay. Right. So we have the script over here. Ooh. I entered this. Okay, so this is the health bar script as I see. Yeah, it does look like Python a little bit. I expected that. Okay. Set health. So we're getting health. And then we're going through get child count. What is this? What's row? What is this row object, I wonder? Oh, there it is. H box container. Oh, strange. Okay, I guess we will get into it later a little bit. I'm not familiar with the BGD script syntax at all. I just know that it's a little bit like Python. Nonsense says, all I know is that Godot is a game engine, that how far my knowledge goes, so I can help. No worries, we will understand everything together. No worries, no worries. Nonsense says, but I've seen multiple videos saying it's a very loved engine. Yeah. Like, especially with, this is Godot 4. I've heard that Godot 4, when it was released, it's like super hype because finally it was able to do all sorts of cool stuff that Godot 3 was not able to do. Glimmer says, we noticed that you have almost 100 followers on Twitch. We will soon become super popular in the developer. Oh wow, yes, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I indeed almost have 100 followers thanks to you guys. So yeah, thank you for the support. Like, this would not have been possible without you guys, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, thank you so much for helping me reach almost 100 followers. Good catch, Clever. Thank you. Nonsense says Python copying. Yes. But on the other hand, I do like Python a lot. So it's nice that I can use it here. I will need to understand what is this health box container thing. Okay. I see that this is like a way to load files, load image files. We will need to understand what's this. Currently, it's not very clear what is this container, but maybe we will understand later. Okay, let's continue. The button panels. At the bottom, you'll find editor, like the output and debugger panels. Okay. That's where you'll edit animations, write visual effects, code. Wait, what? Oh, shaders. We're going to be able to create shaders here. Oh, interesting. And more. These editors are contextual. We'll see what that means in the next store. Okay. The complete scenes note. This completed game scene has 4 nodes: main, bridges, invisible walls, and UI layer. Yeah, I figured as much. Nonsense says my break is almost over. I'll get back to my exam. Good luck with Godot. Oh, thank you for stopping by during your break. Really appreciate it. Good luck with the exam. Good luck. You can do it. Yay! Right. Scene instances. Other elements like the player have an open in editor icon. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, the player does have a different icon than the rest, as you can see. Right. Click the open in editor icon next to the player node in the scene dock to open the player scene. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh. You see, now the player has all of these stuff. All of these other nodes attached to him. So I guess a player is indeed a scene. Okay, this is a little bit hard to comprehend, but I think I get it. You can definitely see the script here. Maybe we will read through the script to understand it better, to see how it works. Other elements like the player have an open in editor icon. When you see this icon, you are looking at the scene instance. Okay. So whenever this icon appears next to a node, it means that it's a scene. So I see that the shadow here is also a scene. So that's how we see that there's a scene inside a scene inside a scene. I see. Okay. What's happening here? Okay. Godot armor. What's this? Oh, this is just the 2D sprite. Okay, So I guess whenever there's this icon, it means that it's a sprite. What's this? Maybe this means that it's a sprite as well? No, because these are also sprites. Interesting. Do you guys have any questions so far, by the way? If you do, I can probably explain what's going on. So you can follow along, you know. Glimmer asks, what are your favorite game genres to play? My favorite game genres to play are puzzle games, where you don't really have to be fast with your input, because that can be tough sometimes to create inputs in the right order into the input system. So if I can be chill about the input system and only use my brains, that's my favorite kind. Okay, let's continue. The player scene. When opening the scene dock and the viewport update to display the scene's contents. In the scene dock at the top left, you can see all the nodes that form the player's character. Yep, I got that so far. Exit detector. What's this? Ooh, this is like a way to detect collision. Weapon holder. Because of the left and right hand. Okay. What is this anchor? That's the weapon anchor, I see. And collision. Oh, I see. It's probably this circle here. It detects collision with the enemies. I am guessing. Shaking camera. What? And it's attached to the player. Where is it? Oh, I see. I guess it's this purple border. I guess that's the purple border. Glimmer says, have you ever played Silent Hill 2? It's horror, but there are a lot of puzzles to think about. I don't have Silent Hill 2. So I didn't play it yet. Is it like super scary? If it's super scary, then I don't know if I'm gonna play it. Like maybe, I don't know. Exit detector. What's the exit detector? How can I see which one is it? It also has a collision. Okay. Oh, and we can see that the shadow here is also a scene. Okay. And these are audio types. Wait. When opening a scene, the scene dock and the viewport update to display the scene's contents. In the scene dock at the top left, you can see all the nodes that form the player's character. Yes. Scripts bring nodes to life. Oh yeah. Finally some code. Some tutorial about the code. That's good. By themselves, nodes and scenes don't interact. To bring them to life, you need to give them instructions by writing code in the script and connecting it to the node or scene. Let's have a look at an example of a script. Yes, let's do it. The player node has a script file attached to it. So the scroll is actually A script type of node. Okay, okay. It means that it has a script. We can see this thanks to the attached script icon located to the right of the node in the scene log. Got it. So this means it's another scene, and this means it has a script. Click the script icon to open the player script in the script editor. Let's do it. Ooh, what do we have here? Let's try to understand what's going on. Okay, so I guess this is like a couple of sounds. So it won't be repetitive to hear the player get hurt. I guess same goes for this. Okay, these are additional consts. Where are we getting them from? What is this? What is this decorator or annotation, I wonder? Like this export thing, I wonder what's this? Oh, hello, Fries. Thank you for joining. How are you? I am currently learning Godot. Godot is an engine to create games. I have background in Unity and now I want to learn Godot to see what it's like. So this is what we're doing right now. Basically, I am using a tutorial. Ooh, hello, Quam! Thank you for joining. Yay! Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Right. So this is a tutorial made by GD Quest, a very cool YouTube channel. And I am currently looking into the code for the player for the project, which contains a very simple level where you can move the player and you can shoot lasers to kill enemies. So I'm currently trying to identify what's this export kind of either annotation or decorator. I don't know. Glimmer says, it's cool that games, animation, writing, and many other things have become easier to do. It allows you to focus on more basic processes. I don't know if they're easier to do. Easier to do than what? Like what are you comparing to? Tank says, are you learning Godot just cause or were you motivated by the Unity licensing shakeup for a few months ago? Yes, Tank, that's a good question. This is definitely had the license thing. It's definitely what made me look into Godot in the first place as an option. After Unity kind of made multiple decisions to make it seem better, it did look like Unity is an option all over again. They made a lot of good decisions to make it seem like a good idea to use Unity again. I mean, they went back about a lot of their decisions and they decided to let the decision maker decided to let the person go. So it does look like they're on the right path. But as far as I know, Unity at the moment is not a profitable company. They have a lot of expenses, like a lot of expenses, much more than they actually gain in revenue. So I kind of understand where their decisions came from, those with the license stuff. And because they're not in the very best place as a company, I don't know if they will get back to this decision at some point in the future. Maybe gradually. I really don't know. So therefore, it's probably a better idea to go for an open source project like Godot and see what it's like. That's my take on the subject. Moreover, Unity is now supporting all sorts of AI tools that I don't know if they were trained in a legal manner, you know? Do they own all of the data sets that they use to train their models? I don't know. Maybe they used projects of people without their knowledge or consent. So this is also one more worrying thing. And another kind of worrying thing is that they're really focusing on like AI and cloud stuff, and I don't know if I want my code base to be used for any of those. Yeah. So this is kind of my reasoning for all of it. Yeah. Fry says, I once used Godot. I never used it again. Oh, why is that? What made you quit? Tank says, I totally understand. Broadcom did the same thing with VMware. Even though they have walked back the changes, it certainly was enough of a shakeup that I want to know alternatives. Exactly. Yes. I totally understand where you're coming from. Glimmer says, well, sorry for leaving the stream. I don't really like programming. I'll see you on the streams where we'll draw and do other art. Okay, Glimmer, thank you for sticking around this long. Yeah. And no problem. I know that this is not for everyone. So yeah, thank you a lot for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Okay, I think we should get back to the tutorial. Right. So I don't need to understand what is this export thing. Maybe I will just search for that. Let's see. What does export mean in Godot? To describe exported properties. In Godot, maybe I will show you what I'm reading. Just a moment. Show you what I'm reading right now. There you go. Okay. In Godot, class members can be exported. This means their value gets saved along with the resource, such as the scene they're attached to. They will also be available for editing in the property editor. Exporting is done by using the export annotation. Okay, we're calling these annotations then. Their value can be saved along with the resource they're attached to. I guess that makes sense, but I would have taken it as something very given. I would expect any type of variable to act this way. In that example, the value 5 will be saved and visible in the property editor. Oh, I see. I think I get it. I think I get it. I guess it means that if we have the property annotated with this export thing, it means that we will see it in the inspector over here. I guess that's what it means. So it will be available to be edited through the UI and not just through the code. I guess that's what it means. On-ready. I guess on-ready is something like whenever a scene is being loaded, then do this. I'm guessing. Like, I guess this is like the on-ready, like, function. And maybe whenever the engine gets to the ready state, it just does all of this as well. Then I would have expected those not to be global variables, but I would put them here. I guess I'm missing something. Okay, so this is a way to load our weapon. We've seen the TSCN file on the scene itself, if I remember correct. With like the final game, so here it was. Physics process. Let's see what this is about. Get action strength. Move right. Minus. Get action strength. Move left. I wonder what get action strength mean. Huh? We have a vector with like right minus left and down minus up. That's weird. Let's see what get action. Let's see what it means. Okay. This is shorthand for writing get action strength. Huh? I'm confused about this documentation. This is not the best explanation, I feel like. Okay. How do I leave this screen? It's weird. I think I broke it and I can't go back to the code. Oh well. Right, the script context. We're now in the scripting context, which displays all the code in the open script file. This code gives instructions to the computer about how to move the character, when to play sounds, and more. Don't worry if you can't read the code yet. We made a free app to help you. Oh, Oh, I see. So that's going to be interesting to check out. There's like a link here to another tutorial to learn GTScript. That's going to be interesting to check out. I guess we will do it after this tutorial. Whoop. Use your mouse wheel to scroll up and down the file. Okay, I did it already. Any node can have a script. If we look back at the scene dock at the top left, we can see multiple nodes with a script icon. You can attach scripts to as many nodes as you need to control their behavior. Cool. Go back to the 2D view. Nice. Let's head back to the completed project scene. First, click the 2D workspace. Okay. Oh, I see. I can do this. This is the completed project. Nice. Signals. I suppose signals are the square. Okay. Games have buttons, doors, chests, and a myriad of other elements you interact with and that you expect to respond in a specific way. To do what you need them to do, these elements need to report events to the game, trigger the action you expect them to trigger. We call that a signal. Okay. So this is like going to be a way to move messages from one place to another. We're calling it signals. Okay. Click the signal icon. Oh no, this is this. Okay, this is the signal. Okay. Okay, that makes much more sense. An icon for a signal. Oh, check it out. All of these are their own scenes. And they all have scripts. Cool. In the scene dock at the top left, look at the player node. You can see the signal emission icon emitting little waves. This icon tells you that the node has a signal connection. Click the icon to open the node's dock at the right of the editor. Let's see what it does. Ooh. Okay. Right. Okay. Signals. I already see how signals can get very messy. I wonder if they have, like, in Godot, if they have a good way to signal from one place to another without it being a whole mess of spaghetti code. I suppose yes. We will see. Okay, so there are all sorts of signals that we throw from the player node. So we calculate death on the player. Wow. I feel like this makes the player entity, like the player node, very heavy because there's a lot of stuff going on the player. Like, I don't know if I would put the health change in death signals on the player? This is going to make the player node so heavy. Okay, I guess. I would definitely expect collision to be part of the player, that's for sure. I wonder what are those? The draw, the hidden, and all of these. I wonder what are those? Maybe they are a default kind of thing. Emitted when the canvas item must redraw after the related notification. Draw notification before school. I'm guessing this one is called because there are sprites on the player and we need to know if we need to change them. Anything about the sprites. That's what I'm guessing about this one. Oh my. Dun, dun, dun. There's also multiple other nodes here, which I have no idea what they mean. Tree enter, emitted when the node enters the tree. I guess these are trees, but why would we enter a tree? That's confusing. I don't know what it means. I wonder what it means. Okay. Maybe we will understand this later. About all of these. Okay. The node dock. On the right, you can see the node dock. It lists all the signals of the selected node. In this case, it's the player node. The signal list is long. Nodes emit many signals because there are many kinds of events we need to react in the game. Okay, but I wonder how can we subscribe to hear about those events happening? Like, for example, I guess the scene manager has to know about the death of the player. And also the UI has to know about the death of the player. So there are all these different entities that has to know about the player dying. So how can they subscribe to specifically get those types of events? Or maybe all of the nodes are getting those signals no matter what? That can be very messy. I hope we will find this out. The health change signal. The player node has one especially useful signal, health changed. The health change signal tells us when the player takes damage to or heals up. Okay. The signal connection. Notice connected signal icon below the signal. It shows that the signal is connected to a piece of code. It means that each time the player health changes, Godot will run the connected piece of code. We can double click the line with the green icon to open the connected piece of code. Is it something that we define elsewhere? Or, and then like we get the green icon because of this connection? Or do we need to define that through the UI? I hope not. I hope not. That would be too much overhead through the UI. So what if we're connected to multiple sources? Will they all appear under the health changed signal? I hope yes. Okay, so this does look like a very nice way to think about the developer's user experience. Like the developer experience, I mean. This is going to be a very quick way to see all of the spaghetti. Relying on signal so much. I hope this is not going to be a bad architecture for all of the games, I mean, that made in Godot. Okay, I see. So we also have this screen icon over here too. So it definitely means that we're getting it somehow from the code. So that's good. Okay, I see why we have a special scripting editor inside the Godot editor, because we can get all of these cute little features with those cute icons. I can see how it can be definitely very convenient. And because Godot is open source, then I'm sure all of those different plugins can be added to the script editor as well. So yeah. I'm sure like people will create plugins for Godot, and then it's like all of those different capabilities can be used this way. But yeah, like obviously Copilot, I mean, I don't know, but probably Copilot is not working with like the Godot IDE, I don't know. I guess we are missing some kind of features, but people will work on plugins, I'm sure. It'll be fine. Right, so we see that whenever health changes, we're getting a notification to the UI script. But where exactly is this notification set? And I hope we will find out soon. The script editor reopens and focuses the view on the set health function. A function is a name we give to multiple lines of code for easy reuse. Sure. But where do we define the signal? Where do we define the signaling? If it's just through the UI, then it's pretty scary. It's gonna get real messy, real spaghetti, real quick. Ugh. That's worrying. I have to say that's worrying. This function updates the display of the player health bar. Notice the green connected signal icon in the left margin of the script editor. When coding a game, it reminds you of existing signal connections. So each time the player health changes, the player node emits the health change signal, and in turn, Godot runs the set health function that updates the health bar in the running game. Okay, but where is it defined? Where can I define the signaling between the two? I really hope this is possible through code. Run the game again and pay attention to the health bar in the top left. Move the player character. Oh, hello Kirby! Thank you for joining. How are you? Kirby says, can you take over the internet like Wreck-It Ralph? I am working on it. I am definitely working on it. Don't tell anybody. I am currently checking out the Godot engine for game development. Currently going through a tutorial that GD Quest YouTube channel created. It's a really cool channel with lots of great content. Definitely check it out if you want to learn Godot. Okay. So, move the player character to an enemy and touch them to lose health. You will see the health bar lose 1 point. This happens thanks to the health change signal connection. Well, of course, this is our way to minimize the health points. So this is our health. And then we're updating it on the UI, I mean. Okay, let's give it a try as requested. Right. Okay. We're taking... I'm not gonna... Ooh, there are random weapons. Well, that's cool. Let's see. Let's lose some health. Ow. Ow. Ow! Okay, so the tutorial did ask me to lose health, so I did. Corby says, who needs tutorials when you can be confused for like 4 hours? Ah, yes, that's for sure. Yeah. That's true, that's true. Who need to read manual when you can just waste your time? In summary, Godot has 4 essential concepts in which your game rely: scenes, nodes, scripts, and signals. Scenes are reusable templates that represent anything in your game. Nodes are the building blocks of scenes. Okay, so nodes and scenes are different entities. This is something that is important to remember. Okay. Nodes are the building blocks of scenes. They are the elements you see in the viewport. Scripts are text files that give you instructions, okay? And signals are events that nodes emit to report what's happening in your game. You can connect signals to scripts to run code when an event occurs. Okay. Nice. Good job, GD Quest. That was lovely. That was lovely indeed. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so I have done this one. Now we're on the inspector. And we see that we have signals. Let's check it out again. Maybe I wanna understand, where do we define the signals? I really hope signals can be defined in the code. Kirby says, when do we make it pay to win? But nobody will play if it's going to be pay to win. It's not fun. Do you play pay to win games, Kirby? Do you? Do you? Okay, so there we go. We emit signal. But is it just going into the void? Is it going into the world without... I mean, okay. Just signaling to the world that this happened is okay. But how do people subscribe? I mean, not people. How do other nodes subscribe to this? Emit signal. The signal must exist, so it should be built-in signal of the class inherited. Class authority certified. Let's check out the UI. Where does it say that it's subscribing to health changed? Let's see. Oh, no. It appears only once in the codes. Okay. How do I go back? This is how I go back. It looks like it's the only one that has signals, really? We have another signal here for exit detector. Okay. It looks like only... Like there are many signals, but not very many subscribers. Okay. Right. I guess the next thing we can do is go through some additional scripts. Let's go through the player script. So we're definitely using the random picker from the list of sounds. That makes sense so far. But I'm really not sure about how this one works. Get action strength. I wonder what it means. Let's try the documentation again. Yeah, it's not very helpful. Okay. Well done. If that is the case, then let's check what the documentation on the internet says.